Not seeing anyone rush to the podium, I will bring it back to the board level. This is just a status report. There's no action to be taken. And any parting shots or comments? Thank you.
You're right, this is a status report and timeframes. However, we are going to need action on the contracts, and so I don't know at what point they cycle back in terms of all of the final signatures. So maybe that's something that could be taken up this afternoon.
Yes. Yeah.
They've been pulled from the consent calendar.
Yes. They've been pulled for discussion later today on separate actions. So that concludes the status report of the planning team and their update. We do have a timed item at 11:30. This is a notice public hearing. Conduct general road vocation proceedings and consider adoption of resolution vacating a portion of Foster Mountain Road, CR 306B, from approximately milepost 2.79 to its end at approximately milepost 4.04 in the Willits area. Sponsoring department is DOT, and Mr. DeShiel.
Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen of the board, good morning. I'm Howard DeShiel, Director of Transportation from Mendocino County. With me here this morning is Kathy Perry, our right-of-way agent. The petition before you was introduced some months ago and has been going through the public notice time. Last week, we received a letter from a landowner to the north of Foster Mountain Road, Dr. Powell. He raised some interesting points, didn't necessarily oppose the vacation of the end of this road, but felt that his property perhaps received access from Foster Mountain Road. Our staff spent some time trying to analyze this information. We reviewed it in the field and didn't see a physical access point off of the road. We looked at some record maps, and it really is not easy for us to determine. The petitioners to vacate the road are here today. I would like to ask the chair to perhaps open this public hearing, allow the petitioners to speak. Our plan is to send the petitioners a copy of Dr. Powell's concern. They have a land title professional, a land surveyor that prepared their petition, perhaps get their input. I guess I'm going to ask for a continuance after people have a chance to speak today of just the public hearing and maybe a little more time to analyze this letter that is in your packet now.
Okay. So there are some procedures we have to follow here. To the clerk, has public prior notice been established?
We would defer to County Council to respond to that.
Okay.
Yes, it has.
Okay. And at this point, I'll open the public hearing, and there are some procedures. To the clerk or to the board, have we had any contact, correspondence, or phone calls received?
In the record, you have everything that we've received.
Okay. To the board, any contacts been made that should be acknowledged?
Just the emails and correspondence that all board members have.
Okay. So before we get to public comment, Mr. Shield, I'll allow you to make the presentation on the actual item, and then I'll take public comment. Those wishing to speak to the item, please fill out a salmon-colored speaker card. I'll call your name. Please proceed to the podium, state your name, and please keep your comments to 3 minutes. And then I'll keep the public hearing open after that, but close public testimony, and we will bring this item back for adoption in the future. Okay. So let's go to the DOT staff on the actual presentation of the item.
Well, presentation will be rather short for the hour, and we'll entertain any questions you have. Basically, all the owners along at the very end of Foster Mountain Road agreed and came to the department asking that we vacate that portion so they could put up a gate. They've agreed to put an adequate turnaround at the gate that would accommodate, a fire truck and, meet all the minimum standards. The department basically supports the application. Will entertain any questions board might have.
Okay, to the board, questions of the director?
Howard, this is a section of road, county road, it's a county road, but it's not a maintained county road section, right?
Oh, it is maintained.
Yes. This area they're talking about vacating, the county graded it?
Yep. Any road that has been accepted into the county maintained system, the county maintains. When we vacate it, you're really vacating it from the county maintained system. That's the action you're taking.
So you regularly graded and maintained this section of
Yes.
the county road?
Well, once a year, probably, John, you know.
Yeah.
Any additional questions of the staff at this point? Okay, I'm going to open it up to public comment. Anyone wishing to speak to this road vacation, please step forward, state your name for the record, and try and keep your comments to 3 minutes, please.
I got one more question, Howard.
Can you hold it? Okay. Please.
Good morning. My name is Steve Marston. I'm an owner of the property we're speaking of, the road goes through. When we bought the property, we surveyed it, and there was already a survey, and the Powell piece does not come to the road at any point. I've spoken to him before. His access is through the Salmon Creek Association. That's the one he uses. And in the title, there was nothing about an access to him. And when we did all our research, there, again, no access. And as far as maintenance goes, the county does maintain the road. I don't think I see them up there every year to that point, but it's occasional. And there's no use of the road other than myself and 2 neighbors, and Jim Eddy owns property and has an access through that from Potter Valley. Those are the only ones we found. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Others wishing to speak to this item, please step forward. Okay, seeing no big rush to the podium, I'll close public comment, and we'll continue this item to a future date for conclusion. So, Madam Clerk.
We would request that we continue it to a date certain so that the proper noticing doesn't have to all be reestablished. So we could propose a July 22nd continuance or an August. Is July 22nd acceptable?
I think so. You know, we'll probably ask the petitioner to provide, say, a letter from their land surveyor. They just spoke to the fact they've had it surveyed. That would probably be enough time for them to do that.
Okay, so it is proposed to try and bring this back at the next meeting in July. Certainly there will be amendments if needed. Supervisor Pinches had a question of
I got
the director.
actually 2. Whether the property owner adjoins that piece of property or not, they still, by their right of usage, they still have a prescriptive right-of-way, right?
Well,
I mean, not a deed